What's going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages? JD back and slightly more bearded than ever on my Ark Survival Evolved Center single player server. And we've gotten some more levels. We're up to level 24. Have I? I don't think I've spent any of my Ingrams. We're about to do that. I've gone ahead and finished the base out. So as you can see, we've now got a full-on roof, second story, so to speak. If we want to continue to, go higher with this base, we can. But for the moment, we've got a set of stairs. Now check this out. These stairs, pretty cool little thing. This is actually the ramp. I didn't realize S Plus has an option for any kind of ramp that you can just come in here and switch it to stairs. And that's pretty nifty. I like that. I don't think you can access anything through them. I might look at that later. But basically, I have walled off my staircase that leads to my second story. I've still got my dodos over here. I think I'm going to take them and put them back in this corner, though, instead. And maybe put a door on right here where they're kind of sealed off from the rest of the base. They have been laying me some eggs, so, that's nice. Very nice. Nope, nope, nope. I don't want you to move. I just want you to stand right where I'm putting you. Perfect. Still giving me plenty of the poops. Gotta have them poops. And we're just storing the eggs inside of the dodo itself. Now, eggs are kind of heavy, so we're not going to be able to continue to do that. But for now, that's working. We will want to get some more dodos because we're getting ready to start doing some, bigger things than what we've done so far. Do I have any wood on me? I do. Can I craft the door? I can craft the doors, but I cannot craft the double door frame. What do I need for that? I need a bit more wood. Okay. So anyways, the base is up at least. That's good. I'm happy about that. Let's look at what Ingrams are now. The levels that I've gotten have gone into weight. With some of the recent Ark changes, movement speed is going to be a little more complex than prior. Used to, you gain 2% per level on movement speed. Now you only gain 1.2. So I usually like to go to around 120% run speed. But at 1.2, that would have, previously that would have been 10 levels. At 10 levels now, I'm only going to be at 112. And if I want to get to 120, there's really, you can't get 8 points, right? So you'll get 2.4, 3.6, 4.8, 7. I'll be able to get to like 119, right? And to do that is going to take what? 2, 4. I'm having a hard time thinking right now. I'm sorry, guys. What would be 6 levels? So it takes 16 levels to get 1% less than what I used to get in 10. So I'm not sure if I'm going to invest in run speed at all. Furthermore, they have I can't even speak. As of the latest changes, they have made it to where mind wipe tonics or elixirs, I can't remember the name of them, can only be used once per level. Now, I can understand the thought process here. You don't want people constantly using mind wipes to reset themselves to make every job easier. I get that, and I'm not opposed to that. But in Ark, with how long it takes to reach the max level, and how many varying builds you might need for various things, this seems like a bad idea to me. Maybe not as much in a multiplayer environment. I can see it being limited in a multiplayer environment where you can depend on other people to play with you to have multiple builds, and it kind of forces that interaction, which is good, in my opinion. That's very good. But in single player, it's bad. I don't play with a lot of other people on single player, right? In fact, I don't play with anybody. So if I am unable to... And I've just crafted my first bow, by the way. If I'm unable to reset my stats, I'm pretty much limited to whatever I picked the first time and only that time. So that means that there's even a lower chance that I'll ever use this crafting skill option. Maybe at like level 99, I'll use it so that I can go back to my appropriate build at 100 and get the max benefit out of it, making, whatever I can. But I'll never really be able to do that again, and I'll need to make sure that before I do that, I have everything on hand that I'm going to need to level to 100, because my build won't be as effective any longer. Now let's check something out here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So we have an overage of 1, and I can't poop it. All right, so we've got our first bow. Now with that bow, we're gonna need some arrows, and for arrows, we just need a little flint. We've got the other stuff, so let's see if we got some flint laying around the base. I bet we do. Like right here. Bam. All right, let's get some arrows made. We're just gonna craft all by hitting A on them, and that'll give me about 14 arrows. All right, so I am now missile equipped. Now, when using a bow, normally you won't have the crosshair unless you've turned it on. I didn't actually mean to turn my crosshair on. I may turn that off later because it feels a little cheaty to me. I'm used to playing on servers where they don't let you have the crosshair, so I'll probably end up taking that off at a later time. And I don't really intend to use the bow right now anyway, so that's okay. What I want to get started on this episode, I think, besides putting that egg away into the dodo, is I think we want to get started building ourselves a raft. Now that we have, safe space, a base, where we can always retreat to and recover our belongings from. So I would like to get a raft off the ground. Now, let's take a look at what that's going to entail. So a raft in crafting. We're going to need 250 wood and 75 hides. We've got the rest of the stuff. Now, I think I've got more hides in here. If I don't, we can go hunting for them, obviously. And there's more flint if I wanted to make more arrows. Big yawn. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's put that stone away. I didn't put that feces away, did I? And we really do want to keep our fertilizer production going high, because once we start planting and growing crops, we're not going to want to really ever let that stop, because fertilizer is imperative to the success of your crops. No fert means crops die. Simple as that. You cannot activate a tool or a weapon from your inventory when you are climbing down a ladder. So if your thoughts are ever, I'm going to just hop on the old ladder here and shoot at the things below me, probably not going to work. Now, there are ways you could build like platforms and do this, do that dirty thing, but that's about it. So let's start gathering some wood. Now, part of the problem with all this is I don't have a lot of inventory space, right? I can't carry a whole lot of weight. And 250 wood, that's going to be a lot of weight. I'll tell you right now. So what we're going to do, we haven't built any of these yet, but they're slightly cheaper than the full size. I'm just going to build myself a little triangular platform here, just so we can check one out for the first time. Where'd it go? Right here. We're going to come down inside of here, and we're going to drop this off on the beach, say right down here, because we don't really want to mess up any of our potential resource spawns. So we'll set it right down here in the water. And the whole idea behind this is this can kind of be a launching point down the road, right? And we can do a box. We'll do an S+ storage box right here. And we'll take this box and we'll just... Oh, I didn't even think about this. I can just put it on the beach. I don't have to have a platform. Ha! I'm dumb, guys. I'm dumb. I know.
Morning, Dad.
Good morning, son. Alright, so with that box, what we're going to do is we're going to load this up with all the wood we're going to need to craft our raft. Now, we needed some hides. So this is a female. I don't really want to kill her. I'd like to knock her out and take her home, right? Let's see if there's a male. There's another female. These are, look at these lovely free eggs. There's going to be a lot of dodos down here. And I'm not down with taming a level 85, even though we have the higher tiers of taming. Tom, feel free to go ahead and get yourself some breakfast, buddy. And actually, we're gonna go wholesale slaughter on this lady, because yeah, I'm not down with taming an 85. That's too many berries. It's a waste of time for me. So let's get her out of the water. It'll bounce off my head, and then back to work on slaughtering her. Metal tools also happen to kill much quicker, so that's nice. And we're very quickly going to build up the hides we need just by killing dodos if we wanted to. Now, this one's not so bad. She's only a 55. I'm not going to try to tame her right now, though. Instead, I'm going to come over here and kill myself a parasaur, because I know parasaurs give a lot of hides, right? So let's start thwacking him in the head with our lovely metal axe and see what kind of hides we get off this dude. Heck yeah. 45 hides. That pretty much did what we needed, right? We've got all the hides we need now. Now we could use some thatch, stone, and fiber. Alright. Well, thatch is easy enough. There we go. Stone's pretty freaking easy as well, and so is fiber. Pretty soon we're going to have a much easier time of gathering fiber because we're going to be able to make a tool that does it for us at a very high rate. But in the meantime, there's lots of stones down along beaches. So when you get ready to start doing stone building, you have a couple of options. Gather your stone from the beaches and the rivers. There's plenty of stone inland as well, but metal nodes also give a lot of stone. So you can either, continue gathering metal as you normally would, and just gather stone as a byproduct because you're going to need tons of metal anyways. Or if you were to instead gather from the metal nodes using an axe, you would actually gain even more metal than normal, which would be, beneficial to you, obviously. I mean, I'm sorry, not more metal, more stone than normal. It's early still. I'm still making mistakes. Okay, so we're trying to get a raft here. And we needed 250 wood, 125 fiber, and 75 hides. We have the fiber. Cool. We have the hides. We just need the lumber. So we need about 190 lumber. Let's go get that. There's 100 of it. Let's go drop that off, and we'll get 100 more real quick. Now, rafts used to be like the ultimate traveling machine back in the day. They were super amazing. They're still really good, but there have been some... Wow, I got 96 wood already. There have been some changes to the game to make rafts a little less efficient, a little less rewarding. For example, they've introduced a whale on the center. I'm not sure if it's on the island. I assume it is. I haven't played on the island in a really long time, though. But they've introduced this whale, and the whale will actually target rafts and come after them to destroy them. So be forewarned, if you're out and about sailing on your handy-dandy raft, and a big fish comes after you, you're going to die. Now, there's a couple of advantages to crafting rafts. Number one, we're going to get this awesome raft that we're going to be able to travel on. Number two, these things give massive amounts of XP. So I'm at 289, or 2,896, and I need a little over 3,000 to level. So this raft will 99.9% sure level me and give me quite a bit of extra XP. Bam, just like that. Now, rafts are heavy. They weigh 85 pounds. So right now, I am almost at my weight limit. So pay attention when you're building a raft that you're going to be able to get it to the water, because you can only launch a raft in the water. So if we drop this down to right here, and we hit 5, there's our lovely raft. We can board it, and we can now sail around. And that, my friends, is awesome. That makes me a very happy guy. Now, things on a raft can be destroyed, but rafts are a structure just like any other structure. They can have things placed on them. 1 second. So we can, let's see, do we have other things in here right now? I wonder if we pick this up, what happens to the contents? Let's find out. They just drop. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. All right, so on our raft, let's get rid of our sail. Hide the sail. And let's put down our box right up here towards the front. Oh, we'll do it towards the back, actually. That way it's, we don't have to get rid of it till we're really ready to. So let's do it like right there. Okay, let's grab the belongings that were in here. And I guess let's go ahead and pick this bad boy up. We might be able to use this later. Put all of these things into here. Let's get rid of this. 1 second, guys. My other son woke up, just had to talk to him right quick. Alright. Now, raft, like I said, it's going to give us the ability to really start to travel, right? So we've got our base set up. If we die, it's not the end of the world. We can get back here, but we can start traveling around and finding other things. It really opens us up to being able to hunt whatever dinos we want. Where I was, I was kind of limited to just what was right there around me, but that's really opened up now. And one of the advantages of the raft is when you are on the helm of the raft, most dinos will not attack you. Now, there are still some that are going to come after you and they're going to attempt to destroy your raft. So, for example, if we run across a Sarco, which is a giant crocodile, and they live over in those swamps right over there, that might be a bad thing. But most dinos aren't going to mess with me too much. Now, as I said, we do have the ability to build on a raft, right? We can build structures and walls and foundations and everything else that we can build anywhere we put a foundation down. So we could technically build a little box around ourselves to make it harder for things to spot us, to get angry at us, to come and kill us. And that's exactly what we're going to do eventually. But we now have a lot more mobility, and that's a big deal. Okay, so where we're at right now is kind of jungle mid, and over there across from us is the namesake of the map. That is the center, and we'll be traveling there eventually. Just not yet, not today. So lots of dinos around here, lots of parasaurs. Over here we got most chops. Those guys are really good to slaughter. In fact, we may go slaughter some right now. I don't know. But with the crafting of our raft, we hit level 25. And if you check it out, we're up to 3,088 experience right now. And we only need about 3,200 for the next level. So we can make another raft and get another level. And I probably will because we're going to need multiple rafts anyways. But at this point, let's go in and look at what engrams we've got versus what we want. So here we can make parasaur saddles, crop plots, carbonemys saddles. Another thing that the raft is going to allow us to do is to start traveling to pick up supply drops. And in supply drops, oftentimes you're going to find the ability to get blueprints. And those are going to be a big part of our gameplay. Dinosaur Gateway, we're going to have this. I don't know if I want it yet, but we're going to have it eventually. And sometimes very soon, actually. We do want these preserving bins. This is going to make it where we can start storing meat and berries for a much longer amount of time. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. So at level 24, previous level, we unlocked stone building. So we're going to get stone walls, stone foundations, stone door frame, ceiling, and reinforced door. That's going to allow us to unlock all of these S plus materials, of course, which is good for me and good for our buildings, right? Now that leaves us with 11 engram points remaining. And if you look down here at level 25, we unlocked a couple of more metal tools, right? We unlocked the crossbow, which I can't buy because it takes 12. We're really going to want that crossbow, though. It's a big deal. And we also unlocked pikes. But to get to pikes, we need spears. And I never learned spears. If you look back up here. Oh, I did. Okay, good. I was worried I hadn't learned it. If you don't know spears, then instead of it costing you 10 points, you're going to have to spend 13 to learn spears first. But we were smart and we learned spears. So we can learn pikes. If a number is grayed out, you don't have enough. If a number is in blue, you can buy it. We could pick up the trophy. Eventually, we're going to want to get these stone pillars. They're very important to us in our building process. But for now, we're going to go with a pike. So I can now build a new metal tool. And as you can see at 26, we're going to get more of the stone building structures. Okay? But there's something more important we're going to get at level 26. At level 26, we can get our next crop plot. So if we type in crop right here, we've already got access to the smalls, but we haven't learned it yet. At 26, we get mediums, and at 36, we get larges. Now, part of the reason I haven't learned it yet is I'm kind of wanting to gamble it. Kind of hoping that if I'm really lucky, I can find a blueprint for a medium crop plot without having to pick up that engram. Because we're only allowed a limited number of engrams to begin with, right? So anywhere I can get a blueprint for an engram, especially for a late game blueprint like, say, metal structures or medium/large crop plots, things of that nature, I don't have to spend that. And really, for the most part, I don't really think you need large crop plots unless you're growing plant X, which is not bad for dino defense, but most of the time it is used as a player deterrent, not a dino defense. So I'm putting all of my tools away into my boat, onto my raft here, and I should probably actually get out of here. I should move my raft a little to an easier access point. So I'm going to move it. Well, this is not a bad access point. I can get back to this. If I have to, I'll just build another raft. It's not the end of the world. But I'm going to actually try to swim down and get that supply drop down there. Now, most likely what's about to happen is I'm going to jump in the water, and there are going to be manta rays, piranhas, or megalodons that are going to try to come and eat me. Because the water is usually not a very safe place. I don't have a ton of oxygen, and I'm freezing. So let's see if we can make it to this. We're going for it. I think we're going to start suffocating. Let's dive back up for air real quick. Get some oxygen so we don't drown. And then we'll go for it. The other thing you have to watch out for when you are swimming like this is not to let your stamina run out. Because you will drown from lack of stamina. Alright. I'm not seeing any megalodons or piranhas or manta rays at the moment, so that's good. There's oil nodes down here. We could try to harvest those if we had the tools with us, but we don't. Alright. This requires level 35. Alright, we went for it. We can't do it. Not the end of the world. Let's get back out of here. Surprising that there was no megalodon sitting here waiting to eat me, though. I will probably start to suffocate a slight bit right now. Because I'm just not climbing fast enough. Oh no, we're dying. Get your head above water. Alright, there we go. Whew. Alright, so we tried. It was worth the risk. No biggie. Why is that on again? Hang on, I need to fix something. That should not be on. There we go. And let's actually turn this off too for right now. So that UI that I just turned off, that's usually what I use for Twitch streaming, and I just happen to have left it on for the past few episodes. It doesn't really need to be there. It's not that big a deal. I may modify it for when I'm doing recordings and have a different recording UI so that it doesn't cover any of the screen space that we need. Okay, so we're gonna head back. Now, if you look right here, there's quite a bit of lumber available to me right here, right? And I said I would like to build a second raft. So why not just park right here for a minute, grab all of our equipment back out, because you know we're not in a hurry to get home anymore. What does it take to make a bed? I forgot. Let's look real quick. If we want a bed, 15 wood, we got that. 80 thatch, we got that. Some fiber, we got that, and some hide, we got that. We're missing a bit of hide. All right, cool. We can handle this. We can solve this issue. Let's make ourselves a bed right quick, because having a bed would be very useful to us. And now my daughter woke up. So, all right. Oh. Now there is a Dilo right there, and he's going to go after that Pteranodon, and I'm going to shoot him. Here comes another one. Headshot on that one. Beautiful. Headshot on that one. Beautiful. And there's the advantage of the bow. So easy hides, easy meat. And while they can spit poison at me, I can spit arrows back at them. Oh, we need to put on our clothing. Now, where is my hat? I had a hat. Let's go see if my hat's still inside of here real quick. Okay, so there's my hat. Now we got plenty of food right here, right? But it's going to spoil, obviously. And it's spoiling very quickly. Let's grab some of this, some of this, some of this. And we can make an S+ bed. Craft that right quick. Which will make it where we can pick it up. And that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be a good thing. But just like at our house, we can put our bed down right here. And now we have the ability to respawn on our raft. And that's awesome. Let's go ahead and do something about it so we don't lose all of this meat that we've got, right? Let's build a preserving bin. So a preserving bin, we just need a little stone and we can build one of these. Well, that's pretty easy peasy. We can just smash on some stone right here. We only need 30. There we go. So, preserving bin, S+, beautiful. I really like these S+ things because of being able to pick them up. That's awesome. It's one of my big complaints with base building is like you know, hey, I want to change the layout of my base. Let's just pick things up and move it around the base, you know, to a different location and rebuild. Oh, nope, you've got to destroy every single thing if you want to build something new. Well, that sucks. So the preserving bin will actually preserve any type of spoiled, you know, product. So any types of foods will be able to be put into the preserving bin, and it will extend their duration. Now, right now, their duration's not changed. They're still exactly what they were. That's because you have to fuel the preserving bin. And to fuel the preserving bin, we're going to need, once again, a mortar and pestle. Now, if you remember, a mortar and pestle takes about 60, 65, I think it is, stone, right? Let's see. Mortar and pestle right here. Yeah, so we need. And we're going to need a little bit more hide. We don't have enough hide yet. Well, there just so happens to be a pteranodon over here. So let's whip out our ye old. Uh-oh. I hope that bird lands. I was going to kill that sucker if he landed. We're going to watch him for a second and see if he lands, because I hate those thieving birds. Come on. Alright, hold on. Let's put this away. So if you start swinging your bola and you decide not to use it, just hit one of your other hotkeys, and you'll kind of resheath it. Alright, where'd that bird go? He landed somewhere. Nope, there he is. He's flying right here. I could start trying to shoot him with my bow, and I believe that you do bonus damage to any flying dino with a ranged weapon. Wow, I missed. That's exactly what I was worried about, was that I was going to miss. Alright. Let's hop back on the boat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right there, we got an Oviraptor. Now, Oviraptors are really good, and I really am going to want one eventually. But for right now, this Oviraptor just became hide for me. So what Oviraptors do, they're very hard to tame. They take a lot of eggs, but they allow you a bonus to your egg-laying dinos, which is really cool. So let's build a mortar. I'm missing 2 stone. Okay, we can do that. We can fix that. There we go. Let's get another bola made real quick. What am I missing? Thatch. Thatch is easy enough. Okay. Mort. Here we go. Beautiful. We're making ourselves a new mortar and pestle. So let's grab some thatch while we're over here so we can get another bola. Go. And then let's get some flint. Hey, look. A pteranodon just landed right beside us. Oh, too bad for you, big boy. If he was a high level, I might have let him go, but he's not. So he becomes fuel for the fires. More meat, more hide. You, sir? And I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat a bit of this raw meat. It's really not that good for me. It kind of hurts me, but it'll fill up my belly, and that's what's important right now. So let's take our little mortar and pestle. I wonder, can I put a mortar and pestle on top of a chest like this? I know I can stack chests, but apparently I cannot stack mortar and pestles on the chest. That sucks. Have to use tables, but that's okay. Alright, let's put this right here and let's spin it. No, that works. Let's see. What if we spin it that way? I'm good with it being this way. This works. Alright, so if we open this up, toss that flint in, toss that stone in, hit A, we're going to make some spark powder. And we'll grab this first little bit of spark powder out. So let's take a look here. We got some meat that's about to decay right now. Alright, so at its full timer, we get about 10 minutes inside of the preserving bin default with meat. But as soon as I throw the spark powder in, it now lasts for an hour and probably 45 minutes or so. So considerably longer decay times based around this. Alright, so we're going to leave that stuff in there. That stuff's going to last a lot longer now. That's good. Now what we wanted to accomplish is we wanted to get a another raft built. Alright, let's see about building. My boys are going crazy about watching Kong Skull Island on Apple TV right now. I think we needed, what was it? Was it wood? No, we needed some stone. Okay, let's grab some stone. We're going to get us a campfire. So basically what I've just done now, right, is I now have a mobile base. I have my cooking campfire. I have my mortar and pestle. I have a preserving bin. I have a bed. I have everything I need to survive out of just on my raft. And that's pretty amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather the materials to build, a couple more rafts, which is going to get me a couple more levels. And then next time, I'm going to show you guys how to really take this raft from being this, basic little, we can float around and we've got stuff we need on it, to, wow, that's an actual mobile base. And we're going to, that's going to help us to level up. It's also going to give us more versatility across the map. So let's go ahead and throw some of this in here. And we don't need that much. We'll just put that much in there. Light that fire up. Put these in here to keep things preserved. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more stacks of meat in here and fill this bad boy up. Right on. Alright guys, so as always, if you liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it, click that subscribe button. I appreciate all the follows and all the comments that I get, and I will be happy to respond to you. You guys be good to one another, and I will see you next time. Laters.